we're gonna go into this. See, it's not as big as the 10 kilo one. We're gonna go into this box, which opens here. And we'll talk in about, well, a fraction of a second for you guys, but a little bit more for me because I need to open it. Okay, so that was a slight adventure. Oh my, okay, some great titles in here. Ooh, and some very nice jewel cases. But we'll start with the, oh shit, there's a bit more underneath the, give me a sec. Okay, so we'll start with, we'll start with whatever this is, and this is Command and Conquer: The First Decade. It's a very nice big box that has just one. Well, the box is cool. Does this come out? No, it doesn't. It's a really nice box, to be honest. Command and Conquer, not my biggest. This is pretty. It's in pretty good condition also. Not my favorite RTS, like I said earlier. Age of Empires and StarCraft were my thing, but there is one very important Command and Conquer, a very adjacent title that I will be talking about soon, and that's none other than Dune 2000. Very cool box on that one. Yes, my Heroes collection is getting beefier. This is Hero 6, which I have not played. Well, I have played. I have not covered on the channel because I played it at release and I don't really remember a lot. To be honest, by now it's a bit maybe too new for the things I cover, but you know, we'll wait and see. One-time internet connection is required on first launch. Oh my. But yes, Heroes 6 is in the house. And also this very still nice boxed Heroes 4 says it contains bonus strategy map plus free membership of the exclusive Might and Magic Guild. This is great. The box is nice. Ooh, wait, what? Is it a jewel case inside? Oh, I did not expect this. Oh, okay. So we have a manual, fair enough. We have an exclusive offer for fans of Might and Magic Guild. Nice, that's a thing. This is a thing. Ooh, troop tiers and stuff. And yeah, it's a, whoa, it's a jewel case. I did not expect this to be a jewel case. Extraordinary. Wonderful. I mean, in case you don't know my feelings on the game, I'll post them there and probably in the description as well. I'm my favorite of the series for reasons I go into the video, but damn, this box is in really good condition. And yeah, of course, like the things the stuff I really love and that's important to me, such as the Hero series, I will get in as many formats and platforms and variations that I can. Jewel cases, clamshells, boxes, fucking interpretive dance, whatever. So yeah, things like this, you know, the StarCrafts, the Septera cores, the Noxes, the Caesars, the Pharaohs, the basically all the games I've covered, basically all the games that you've seen on the channel from me, at least relatively recently, I will get in every format or mode known to, well, not known because that will be very expensive, but that I can get my hands on. Oh, and this is a fun coincidence. Max Payne on the PC, and I just got it on the PS2. Haha! Nice manual, nice disc, great. This is a nice one to have in the collection as well. Ooh, talk about something for the collection and something that I'll need on the PS2 probably. Oni. Now Oni is a pretty interesting title, especially on the PC. I think it's not something I played, but it's something that comes highly recommended by my friend Unicom from Gaming HD. Ooh, manual and stuff. And also from a dear viewer of mine, Alma, who's also a fairly big fan, not necessarily of the game, although I think she enjoyed it. but in general of things. So I now have Oni on PC, which is great. I definitely need to get it on PS2, and maybe I'll make this my first comparison video. We'll never know. Now, this is a title I've seen a lot of sort of recently, and also heard mentioned of Severance, Blade of Darkness. Again, I've heard it mentioned by my friend Unicom as sort of a really older version of maybe like a Souls sort of game. Sort of game. It has a gigantic amount of manuals and shit. That's nice. While you haven't seen on the channel any Souls-like games, I did play and finish Mortal Shell, which is the only really 3D like Souls-like that I've actually played. And if you are on the channel, you might remember I covered the demo and some stuff, and I tried to stream it once, but I didn't have a capable video card. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that game quite a lot. I covered some other Souls-like games, but indies, in the sense of I did Dark Devotion, which is pixel art, and Immortal Planet, which is an isometric sort of cel shady cartoony sort of style sort of thing. I'll link the videos there, and probably possibly in the description as well, surely in the description, in case you're interested in those. But this was during my rather many years of playing and covering exclusively indie games. But Severance, Blade of Darkness, I think definitely makes it into my older, I don't think it does. It should have, it says 2001, so this definitely would go with my current channel theme. Yes, Sudden Strike 2. I played Sudden Strike 1 a lot. Ooh. With wait a minute. It says Sudden Strike 2 on the thingy, Sudden Strike 2 on the manual, but the disc is shit. The disc is the Sudden Strike Forever add-on, which expansion which I already had. Damn it. So I still don't have Sudden Strike 2. I have the box though, so we'll have to work for it. But Sudden Strike 1, I played that game a lot. Enjoyed it a lot. Big fan of, especially in high school, big fan of World War II type settings and history related stuff, like Band of Brothers, best World War II movie ever made, even though it's a series. That's kind of the point. And see, I was just mentioning that the games that are really important to me, I'll get in all kinds of formats. Project Iggy, different than the one I had. This is the exclusive version, the Ubisoft exclusive version. Has a cool disc. Premiere collection. Oh my! Wonderful. The case has seen some better days, but hey, it's Project Iggy. And yeah, covered this very recently. I think this was the first video of the year, maybe? Yeah, it was the first video of the year. So in case you haven't seen that one, that's gonna be linked somewhere as well. Oh, and look at this. Iggy 2 Covert Strike. Yeah, Covert Strike, sorry. This one only played maybe a little bit, because it just isn't disc one of two. Yes, it has 2 discs. It also has a manual. Because this one, as opposed to the original, in my neck of the woods, kind of like came and went very, very silently. It did not do the same, it did not have the same cultural impact that the first one did. Now, this is a title that normally wouldn't interest me, normally I say. But it interests me because of one, the title itself, and two, that because I read about it in the Level magazine, in one of the Level magazines back then. And it's none other than Heavy Metal FAC. Also, it's FAC 2. I think there's FAC 1. Heavy Metal is, ooh, manual. Curious if it has cool illustrations. It doesn't. Now, Heavy Metal is a very interesting, it's a very cool, I don't know if it's a comic book per se, I don't know if you can call it, or a graphic novel, but I think it started in France and then it got exported. I'm not super sure on the history, but the idea is there is a cool movie called Heavy Metal, animated movie, not what you'd probably expect. It's from the 80s. It's not the best animated movie from the 80s. It's an anthology sort of thing, but it's kind of cool. It's not for kids, let me tell you that. It's very much for adults. But yeah, in case you've never heard of Heavy Metal, you might want to look it up. Heavy Metal, the movie or the magazine. Oh, Heroes 5, the simple version. No manual, but it is what it is. I have the gold version, I have the gold edition in French, now that I mention it. Heroes series are, my Heroes collection is getting there. I definitely have 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 is gonna be difficult because 2 is expensive. I think 2 is gonna be difficult to find in any sort of format. 1 is basically impossible as far as my finances are concerned. And I don't know if 7 ever came out in physical. We'll see, I'll have to look into it. Ooh, Age of Wonders 2. This is important because currently I'm actually playing Age of Wonders 1 and I will definitely cover it because that's why I'm playing it. But it's also nice to have this series. Also, it just literally got a sequel. There was Age of Wonders 4 just recently got released. So that's interesting. Oh, talk about weird collection things. Duke Nukem Manhattan Project. I played a bit of Duke Nukem, but only a bit. Oddly enough, this era of FPSs, although this doesn't seem to be an FPS to be honest, it actually isn't. Huh, I did not know that. The original, the OG one. I was never big into the Dooms or the Duke Nukems. I liked Heretic and Hexen. So, I don't know what that said, like, I'm a big fan of sci-fi and fantasy, but for whatever reason, Heretic clicked with me much more than Doom did. Do with that as you will. Oh yes, StarCraft. Wait, does it have Brood War on it? It says only StarCraft. No, it's the OG. Although it says bonus inside StarCraft expansion set. It says bonus on the manual. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I think I already have one of these, but again, it's StarCraft. I will want one with that says Brood War on it. Game is super important for me and in general. There's still, since Brood War's release, there is still a super active pro gamer, well, not necessarily league per se, but the pro gamer community and events and championships at the very least in South Korea. They might exist in other places as well, I'm not sure. But that's the one thing I watch. So that's the one I'm aware of. We have a nice Diablo 3. Not my favorite of the Diablos, but hey, not bad to have per se in the collection. I doubt I'll ever get the Diablo 4, at least not anytime soon. But I played it. I played a fair bit. I enjoyed it, but you know, it was the much more commercialized, let's say, ultra capitalistic version of Diablo. Oh shit. Ooh, okay. Okay, what? So this is a fun thing this is GTA Vice City, and Vice City is nice and sparkly. Oh, okay. Oh shit. Ooh, dope. This is a nice release. This is a very nice release. I can do this. Might have to, yeah, this has been fixed a little bit. I might have to refix it, affix it as well. But yes, very nice to have, because I have it on PS2 now as well. So yeah, I'm gonna have to give these some of these boxes a little bit of TLC. What else? The Sims. And it has a separate documentation disc. Now, The Sims, not a title I normally would play. I played it a bit at release because it was the big thing. Not really interested in what it had to offer, but for collection purposes, at least the original, I do need it because I do have a little bit of history with it. Oh, and another Heroes 5. Wonderful. This one has a cool ass manual. So I now basically have I have at least one Heroes 5 that I can gift. I don't know who will want a Heroes 5, but hey, I'm not complaining. What else do we have here? Oh, Desperados, Wanted Dead or Alive. Boom. Game I have never played, but which I would have wanted to play, just like its clear inspiration, Commandos. Best of Infogrames. So it's a real-time sort of pretty much tactical game, which I really wanted to play back then, but looking at these requirements, woof, I could not play this. Pentium 2, 233 megahertz, fucking hell. 64 megs of RAM, 2001, no, 2001. I'm not even sure Not even sure I had a computer in 2001. Ooh, Commandos Strike Force. Boom, boom. I have Commandos 1 and Commandos 2, I believe. It's a nice sold out release. That's fun. At a certain point, apparently they started color coding them because this one has like a dark purple and says shooter on it. I wouldn't call Commandos a shooter per se. Although, oh wait, this is a shooter. Wait, what? I thought this was a... I thought this was an expansion, but it's not actually. It actually is a first person thing. Huh. Live and learn. Ooh, Delta Force Task Force Dagger. I have the first Delta Force manual. I got the first Delta Force, and this one is this. This is a sequel or an expansion. What is it? Standalone mission pack. Okay, might be an expansion. I haven't played Delta Force since then. Since way back when, since the Project Iggy years. But hey, I might get to it at a certain point. Ooh, and this is what the other kids were playing more or less when I was playing StarCraft. Command & Conquer Red Alert DOS. Very thick manual. Holy shit. Oh, and apparently maybe they did separate discs, because this one says Allied disc. So I imagine there might be a red one with like I think it was a Scorpion Sting, if I remember correctly. Now I'll need the other one. I'll need the other disc. But yeah, I also played this a fair bit, but I never got into the multiplayer, which is basically what I played StarCraft for. Like we played it. We used to go to internet cafes and play for several hours in LAN. Now we have a series of jewel cases, which I'll need a special jewel case stand pretty soon. I have a fair bit of this because, whoa, talk about cool stuff. MDK2, ooh, so pretty. MDK2, never played it actually, but I need it. I must have it. I played MDK, just MDK, and I'm thinking I need to get around to actually covering that one for the channel, because talk about games that were really impactful and important at a certain point. MDK is definitely one of those titles. Yes. Oh, fuck yes. It's Arcanum. And the jewel case, the case is good, the discs are good. Anyway, I have it. I've played it. It's kind of difficult to try to say how much I love this game, because I've kind of tried, but I realized that I think I need like a year to play it as I want to play it and go deep into it and create like an entire series of videos based on it and its world and its lore. Kind of like what I'm trying to do with Tyranny. Arcanum is definitely, it had much like all of the other Troika games, it suffers from what I call Troika syndrome, which is like it's just 2 steps away from masterpiece status. This one, just like Temple of Elemental Evil and Bloodlines, if I'm not mistaken. Just like the other games Troika managed to put out, they were just not baked enough. And the big problem Arcanum has, the ginormous problem it has, is its combat system, which is fucking shitastic. They tried to do something fairly innovative, but it's something that hasn't really been successful even now, because it's basically difficult, not impossible, to properly balance and also implement. They made the game to be playable both with a real-time sort of combat as well as turn-based, and it just doesn't gel. There's something there that's definitely missing, and just that lack of focus, that lack of clear vision for its combat really stops it from being the great thing it should have been. But yeah, Arcanum. Yes, finally have Arcanum. Very big, very important title in my history. And here's an important title for everyone's history. Quake 2. Not that much I can say about Quake 2. It's a great game. It was great in LAN, it was great in single player. I think this was one of the first things I actually played in LAN. Was this and then StarCraft, I think. Pretty much, yeah, I think that's how I think this was the first, I'm not sure. This was long time ago. Can't really remember which one was first, but this might have been first because the entry requirements were much easier for this than for StarCraft. Oh, and since I was talking about Diablo 2 having the Lord of Terror or Destruction jewel case, yes, super duper. Man, these CDs haven't actually been ever used, to be honest, or they might have been used, but not that much. Splendiferous. Ooh, talking about another classic, Unreal Tournament. This one doesn't have anything pretty, but thankfully the disc is pretty on itself. Unreal Tournament, not as popular where I come from. Fairly popular, not at the level of Quake 2 though. I played it a little bit, also in LAN, but yeah, at least in my town, Quake 2 was the pew pew game to go. Oh, now this is a title that not many might actually know, called Requiem, Avenging Angel from 3DO. Nice and simple jewel case. This was a weird shooter from the time. I don't think it worked that well back then, to be honest, but I remember it again from Level magazine. I remember it looking cool. Back then things could look cool, but not actually function very well. Ooh. Now, here's a classic that I always wanted to play, but never actually managed to. Total Annihilation. This is a relatively older title, because even in the jewel case, it's still a reprint, as it were. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll ever get back to it, because again, RTSs not what I'm super interested in currently, but I need it for the collection. And this is the last one. And this is weird. This is a 3 CD game called Morpheus. I've never seen a 3 CD. Oh, actually I have. Ooh, looks nice and shiny. Manual, good. I'm happy it has a manual. But this isn't a title I'm actually familiar with. I'm gonna have to look this one up. I think this is just a really interesting title my donor decided to just give me, because it looks like an adventure game, to be honest. This one is intriguing me. So none of these names actually ring a bell, but I'll look it up. I'll see what's what. Lots of donations. The PC game collection has gotten considerably larger, and my up until now non-existing PS2 collection now exists. So it was a very productive start of the year, I say, in terms of the PC game collection, in terms of the physical game collection, because now I have a console as well. I need to find a way to connect it to my particular display, but you know, in time. I'm in no hurry. I got shit to do. Next thrifting video is actually gonna be an actual thrifting video with footage from the places I went to, and I wasn't alone because Randolph joined in. That's when he gave me those things, and I think we're gonna have a little bit more fun with that one, because it's also nice to have like some footage of the places I go to. Lots of new things, old things coming to the channel. Hopefully, a fair bit of experimental videos, which I hope you will watch / enjoy. And that's about it from me. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Steven Nonsense, and you have a great rest of your day. Feel free to comment stuff about the titles, or if you know anything about Morpheus, and I'll see you next time.